Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of diaphragmatic breathing practice. So the focus with diaphragmatic breathing is simply inhaling through your nose, letting your rib cage expand laterally, anteriorly, posteriorly, exhaling through a small opening in your mouth. So what I want you to think about and connect with is your mind with your diaphragm, anterior, posterior core, and pelvic floor. So as you inhale, diaphragm is lengthening, descending, so is pelvic floor. As you exhale, pelvic floor is coming back up and shortening. Air is emptying from the lungs. TA, you may feel some tension. Diaphragm returns to its starting point. Okay, so these things work together involuntarily. And part of this process is just reconnecting with your body before we even practice voluntary contraction, feeling where these parts of your body are and really honing in on what a full breath can feel like. Okay, there's mental health benefits as the vagus nerve punctures the diaphragm, so moving that and massaging, tending to that vagus nerve is really helpful. As well as just accessing as much range of motion as you can so that your spine and your abdominal muscles and your pelvic floor can all move optimally in other movements that you choose to do. So for 3 to 5 minutes a day, I'd like for you to practice just inhaling and exhaling through your nose, out through pursed lips. Not every breath needs to be full because you'll get dizzy, but I do want you to think about really filling your lungs as much as you can, not just filling your belly with air. I'll show you there's a difference there. So when you put your hand on your tummy and a hand on your chest, that can be helpful just for you to identify where your breath typically comes from, but it's not necessarily the most helpful because we don't want to just fill our belly with air. We want to let those ribs expand in all directions with your inhalation, and then control the exhale and feel pelvic floor, anterior core, envision diaphragm ascending, returning to underneath the rib cage, so on and so forth. Okay, so inhalation through your nose, exhale out, lying on the floor or a mat on a hard surface that will help you feel your back pressing into something when you're inhaling, and then coming back exhaling. And typically that posterior, that back movement of the rib cage is the most unfamiliar for us. You may also need a small pillow, or even thinner than this, just underneath your shoulders if you are not able to lie down without really flaring your ribs. So something as small, even thinner, just like a tiny pillow, rolled up blanket, the edge of your yoga mat folded over a few times, just to give those shoulders a little bit of support if you're especially forward, so that you're not trying to get your back flat on the ground and then moving your rib cage out of an ideal position, which is neutral and stacked on top of your pelvis, so that those muscles can be in an optimal length tension relationship. So I hope this is helpful. Again, 3 to 5 minutes a day is great. If you can't do that, 1 minute is just fine. Just an opportunity to connect with your body. So hope this helps.